everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. This is the card that I'm going to make today, and I'm going to have some fun with this great effect from Spellbinders. This is a two-part die, and we're going to make a card with a difference. Now, to create my background, I'm using a piece of smooth white card, and this is Nina Classic Crest. And I'm using a splodge mat. This will just help me to blend my inks in nice and smoothly. So I've got some ink blenders and I'm using Distress inks, and I've got Salty Ocean, Peacock Feathers and Blueprint Sketch. So I'm going to put some of the ink down onto my splodge mat, and just to help me blend a little bit more, I'm taking a pair of scissors and I'm just cutting off the edge of this blending pad so that I have like a beveled edge to it. And then what I can do is just pick up some of the ink onto my pad, and then starting off the mat I'm going to go around in circles, and I'm going to bring it very lightly onto the paper. So the next colour that I've got is Peacock Feathers, and again I've put it down onto my splodge mat. I'm just picking some up with my blender, and I'm going to just very lightly come in off the edge, and I'm going to blend it part way onto the other colour that I've done and across the card. So you can always go back to the original colour and just blend this in a little bit more, and then when you're happy with it, I'm going to come down to the next colour, which was the Blueprint Sketch. Now the last colour that I'm using I'm going to put down at the bottom, and again I'm starting off the card and just very lightly coming onto the card, and I'm just going to blend it with the colour that I've already added. So this is the one that I've done with the three colours, and this is one that I did earlier, and with this I've got four colours. The one at the top is Cracked Pistachio. Now I've got a big splodge in it there, but by the time I've cut this out you'll see very little of that, and believe me, people won't notice. So what you're going to do is take your outer part of your Great Effect die, you're going to lay it onto the sheet, and we're going to cut this out through your die cutting machine. So once you have this piece cut, you're going to take your inner part, and cutting them separately just makes it a little easier to cut, and you're going to make sure that that's got a nice equal border around the edge, because this is now going to create the bits that you need for the card and a frame. So I'm just going to tape that down to make sure it doesn't move, and I'm going to die cut this. So once you've die cut and embossed this piece, don't move anything out of the die just yet. What you're going to do is pop a foam pad on the back of every one of these little pop out pieces. And these are the pieces, these are what I mean, these are the pieces that you would normally throw away when you finish die cutting the card. So this time you're going to keep them. Now we have done this kind of thing before in a video, but we made a really elegant card with that. This one is just a more down to earth one. So you're going to do that with all the pieces, and then this is what you will have. And then once you've done that, you can very carefully peel the other piece out of the card. Now this was one I did with pinks. So once you've got the embossing, the pads on, peel this out very carefully and keep that on one side, because you're going to need that as well. So what I've done is I've created myself a top folding card. I've cut myself a mat that will sit inside this framework, and this is the bit that I'm going to add these foam padded pieces to. So I'm going to take the backing off all these pieces. So once you've got all the backings removed and you've got your other piece of card which fit inside this frame, you're going to pop it down on top of these. Now you can put it down straight if you want to, or you can pop it down at an angle. And you're going to press it so that all the foam pads are stuck to your piece of white card. Now you'll have some that are not been used, so they will come out when you turn it over, so you can just pop them on one side and use them as fillers on the card. So now we can start to push this out of the die. So very carefully make sure that they're all stuck down. And it's only the largest pieces that I want, it's not these smaller pieces. And then once we take the die away, make sure they're all stuck before you do. Once you take the die away, you will have that pattern with those little pieces stuck to your card. So once you've got these in place, you can just trim them off, and I've added some foam tape to the back of it. So what I'm going to do is glue the frame in place on my base card, and then I'm going to add in the patterned piece to the top. So I've got this all fastened together now, and it's nice and neat around the edges. And from the border dies I've cut out the words "Happy Birthday to You," and I've cut them 3 times and I've glued them together so that they make a nice strong base. And then I'm just going to add these to the card, and I'm going to make sure that they line up together, and that will be my sentiment that sits on top of my card. Now the last thing I'm going to do is just pop in some sequins, and I don't want a lot, just a few. So I've added 2 at the top, 1 down here, and I think we'll have the other one down here. So that more or less completes my card for today. I hope you've enjoyed the little process. I'll show you the others in a second. So there you have a pretty card that would suit a birthday. Swap out the colours and the sentiment, and that would do for any occasion, male or female. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please give it the thumbs up, and why not subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.